The day I saw my neighbor, Linda Harper, brandishing a handgun at a rescue helicopter, I knew she'd finally lost it. Picture this. I'm on my front porch in a quiet suburb of Raleigh, North Carolina, October 2023, sipping my morning coffee, watching medics lower a stretcher into my backyard. My dad, George, had just collapsed while tending his roses, his third heart scare in a year. Then Linda, the nosy tyrant from 3 houses down, bursts out in a faded bathrobe, screaming about federal conspiracies and airspace invasions. Before I could process it, she raised her arm, aimed at the sky, and fired at the Medivac chopper hovering over my dying father. The shot echoed like a thunderclap. The helicopter lurched, and my coffee mug hit the deck. Let me back up. I'd moved to this leafy Raleigh neighborhood 6 months earlier for Dad's sake. After his second heart episode, I sold my condo, bought a single-story house near a good hospital, and planned to settle him in with some calm and greenery. Instead, I met Linda. She greeted me with a stapled packet of HOA rules and a scowl on my teal front door, like it was a personal insult. Her smile was all teeth, her words dripping with passive-aggressive venom. She was the HOA's iron-fisted enforcer, fining me for leaving my trash bin out 10 minutes too long and citing Dad's wheelchair ramp for unapproved aesthetics. I nicknamed her the Clipboard Zarina, but kept it to myself. Things escalated when we got a permit for an emergency Medivac landing zone in our backyard, not a helipad, just a cleared patch for Dad's heart condition. The city approved it, but Linda lost her mind. At the HOA meeting, clad in a star-spangled blazer, she ranted about noise pollution and shadow government air raids, accusing me of turning Raleigh into a military base. Nobody took her seriously except her. The night before Dad's collapse, she marched to my door with a petition signed by one person, herself. "Stop your aerial nonsense," she demanded. I told her medical emergencies weren't negotiable. Her eyes narrowed. "You'll pay for this," she hissed. I thought she meant more fines. I didn't expect gunfire. When Dad's heart gave out that morning, I called 911. The chopper arrived in minutes, but so did Linda, shrieking about sky spies and waving a pistol. She fired twice, paramedics hit the dirt, and I sprinted toward her, heart pounding. A medic tackled her before she could reload, and I grabbed the gun as she wailed about neighborhood sovereignty. Police swarmed in, cuffing her as she screamed about citizens' arrests. The chopper rerouted, and Dad barely survived the ambulance ride. The next day, a federal agent named Mike Reynolds knocked on my door. Linda's shots had clipped the helicopter skid, triggering FAA and Homeland Security investigations. Her online rants about Medivac surveillance and a blurry photo of the chopper didn't help her case. Her lawyer, a local oddball named Ted Vance, claimed she was triggered by a childhood carnival ride mishap. Absurd, but it got crazier. Linda wasn't just unhinged, she was organized. The FBI found her posts on a conspiracy forum under Sky Patriot 77, naming our street as a deep state test zone. Her garage was a paranoia, shrine maps, yarn, photos of me watering my lawn, circled in red. She built a network with 2 neighbors, Carl and Evelyn, tracking residents' medical records and labeling them flight risks. My dad's heart condition was on their list. The HOA, led by Linda's sidekick, Margaret, tried to distance itself, but emails showed Margaret egging her on. The feds raided their homes, seizing boxes labeled Operation Air Shield. The neighborhood split. Half wanted Linda gone. Half saw her as a bizarre prophet. Someone even stuck a no-fly zone sign in their yard. I didn't sit idle. I documented every find, every rant, every email. When Margaret sent a letter accusing me of exploiting a senior's illness, I forwarded it to Reynolds. "This helps," he said. Then I play my trump card. Linda's house was co-signed by Margaret, who defaulted on a loan. I had a friend, a real estate shark named Derek, bid on it at auction. We won. Evicting Linda felt like reclaiming the neighborhood. Her fortress of control was mine. I donated it to a veteran charity she'd once tried to ban. The HOA collapsed, bylaws dissolved, members fled, and Raleigh breathed free. At a block party, kids played, and no one cared about unapproved lawn gnomes. Linda's trial was a spectacle. In March 2024, she got 21 years for firearms violations, harassment, and cyberstalking. She still claimed the helicopters were spying. I testified before Congress for a homeowner protection bill, turning our saga into a national cautionary tale. A month later, a note arrived from prison. You won, but you're one step from becoming me. Linda's handwriting. I burned it. The neighborhood healed. Dad's back in his garden, and I watched kids chalk helicopters on the sidewalk. One pointed at me. You're the guy who stopped the crazy lady. I laughed, looked at the clear sky, and finally exhaled. What would you do if your neighbor shot at a rescue helicopter? Was Linda a villain or a victim of her own paranoia? Should HOAs have this much power? Drop your thoughts below, like, and subscribe for more wild stories.